How we doing? How we doing on this fine Saturday evening or night or whatever it may be where you are? It is now 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Do the math in the other directions. I am Tim from Ski Rex Media saying thank you for joining me on your Saturday night for a little virtual après fun if we can do that. Let's try and have a little fun tonight like we have been. Let's cut the music though. How do we do that? I almost forget. Ah, yes. There we go. How we doing? We're cutting the music now, and you know, I got the dance music, I think, set up to be a little less loud, this week. Last week, I was going through the replay, and man, was that loud. That was ridiculously loud, as a matter of fact. I couldn't believe how loud it was. So how are you, the four of you that are watching? I do believe I'm one of them, because as I usually say, I have my phone over here as a monitor, so I know that everything's working. And I have my first drinky, which is, of course, a root beer. Because no real beers for me. It wouldn't work well on the old live stream. It just wouldn't work well. It'd be bad. 1, 2, maybe 3, and I'd be done. Scooter, what's up, brother? How you doing? Thank you for coming. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining the après party. Après? Ugh, who says it like that? Sherry, how you doing? Bringing the sunshine? Happy that you are both here. Oh, we're up to 5. Look at that. So while we're waiting for others to jump in. Alyssa, how you doing? Looks like the ladies outnumber the boys for once. That's a first. Unless there's more boys in here that I don't know about yet. And then, you know, I'm sorry, ladies. I'm trying to get more ladies, you know. Trying to get more in here so y'all aren't alone. But that's okay, too. So let's start. While we're still waiting to see if a few more people come in, we get with our main topic. Still bringing the summertime Stoke, still trying to figure that out. It was suggested to me once again on social media, Twitter actually, and so that's what we're going to check out today. But first there's the subtopic, and if you look, I don't know how many have been paying close attention to the thumbnail that's on, that pops up with the live stream that I've been sharing on, the last couple of days on social media. Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, all on this side here, should be. On the bottom, you can see that. And then this side is the money side. So if you want to, support the show, you can do that. But we'll get to that later. The summertime manscaping. Did you notice that in the thumbnail that was one of the topics? I don't know if you noticed. It's a throwaway bit. We're not going to get into that. I don't want to scare anybody off. It was actually Rob's bit. Hype man Rob. That was his bit. He threw it out there just as kind of a one-off, whatever. Just playing around. But being the type of person who's an adult male but still has the sense of humor of a tween, I couldn't let it go. I just couldn't let it go. So it is now part of it became part of the thumbnail. It is in the title. I'm pointing at it like you can see it. I can see it on my screen, but you can't obviously unless you can see it on your screen probably if you look down below a little bit. But we're not going to be doing that. We're not talking about manscaping. I mean, I guess if in the comments everybody says, dude, totally do it. Because I can do it. I can bring it around to skiing, snowboarding, winter sports. Even, all right, Sherry's into it. Let me tell you something. If you are athletic, definitely go with it. Definitely do the manscaping. You don't have to get too crazy with it. You don't have to make shapes. You don't have to write anybody's name or anything crazy like that. If you have a steady enough hand to do that, awesome, man. Totally go with it. But just because, and Alyssa is scared, I would be too. But if you're athletic and you're doing, skiing and snowboarding and other winter sports are very athletic, very sweaty. Did Rob confirm that he had to go to work there, brother? He said he was going to try. He said he might have to cover the shift. I tried to talk him into playing it in the background, so he might be listening to it in his car as he's driving. He did say this is about the time he had to go in if he had to cover that shift. So he might be listening to the car, so shout out to him. We love him. Number one hype man. Anyway, his bit was the manscaping before I get too crazy in it. And I was just, my intention was this. If I put it in the thumbnail as a topic, I was going to get one of two responses. The first one being like, really? They're going to talk about manscaping? I got to check this shit out. And that would be the response I would like. It might draw in a few more eyes, a few more viewers, and it might be more fun. Even though like I said, I'll continue talking about it, but, I don't have to. Or two, and this is the problem, is that I was going to put that in the title, in the description, and say, hey, we're talking about summertime manscaping, and people are going to be like, ew, and then head off and never watch a Ski Rex Media, not just a live stream, but a Ski Rex Media podcast. And we want as many people watching as we can. Yes, if you missed the last episode and you missed the Twitter talk, watching, hashtag watching, that's a new thing. Trademark, copyright of skirexmedia.com. Which really was just a slip of my my tongue. If you all watched or listened to the last episode of the podcast, episode 37, at the end of it, I said, thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and now it's a thing. And look out in the future for Ski Rex Media merchandise that has the word watching on it. And like I said, merchandise is on this side, Patreon or merchandise, whatever you want to do. All right, so manscaping, like I said, it is a wonderful thing to do if you're into sports because it can get hot and it can get sweaty and it can get gross and it can help if you got that gone, baby, gone. But really, we don't have to talk about it because some people will be grossed out about it and not offended. I don't expect anybody here to get offended. I find that the Ski Rex Media public is actually very easygoing, very fun, very funny group of people. Definitely a lot of laughs. So I don't think we're going to have any problems with the offensiveness. However, some people might be like, do the old, ew, gross, like I was saying before. So there you go. How's that for a quick opening? What other opening stuff we got to do? Shout out to Peace and Pow again on the old dome up here, the old lid. Peace and Pow. Wait a minute, it's hidden behind my strap. There it is. Peace and Pow. Not paid, but I love this hat and I love those guys over there. Shout out to Jumpin' Steve. And I'm wearing it once again, spring skiing style. And I call it spring skiing style. And some people would agree with me. They're like, well, when I spring ski, I just wear my hat forward. You can do that. And if you like to wear your hat tight, that can work. Me personally, in the spring, when I got down to, a ball cap style hat, from hairs get tangled in places. Ouch. You are 100% right. Wow. I really think the man's and next topic. So there you go. Anyway, to finish up my explanation, I call this the spring skiing style because, if you're skiing and you have your brim forward, the wind can get up under it. If you have it forward on the lift, again, you're going this way. If the wind's going this way, it takes it off. I lost a very nice Boston Bruins hat off a lift at Mount Snow once and never got it back. And then I actually lost a not so nice Bruins hat. The world was telling me to stop supporting the Bruins. Which I didn't really stop, but I was living in Las Vegas, and as I moved right before the Golden Knights season started, but I support the Golden Knights now, so there you go for hockey. But you wear it like this, you keep, tip from me to you keep your goggle strap around there. If you're not wearing a helmet, obviously, this was, back when nobody wore a helmet, or like maybe one or two people. You keep your strap around it, it holds it to your head, then you can pull it on down and you're rocking and your hat won't go anywhere. So there you go. Tip from me to you. maybe you can use it, maybe you can't. A lot of us wear helmets these days, and I'm pretty sure once I make my grand return to the stage, I'm probably going to be wearing one too. Since it is my grand return to the stage, my ass is probably going to be wearing shoulder pads and elbow pads and fucking wrist guards and fucking knee pads and back protection and hip protection and every other goddamn thing I can put on because I don't know if I trust myself. I really don't. I really don't. This is going to be my grand return to the stage after a few seasons off for many different reasons. And, it's like riding a bike. I'm sure it is. I'm not afraid to get on a bike. Here's the difference. I was a decent bike rider. I'm not going to say a cyclist because I was nowhere near pro. And I didn't do it for any other thing but fun. And I was never a good mountain biker either. I could do it. Oh, look, Rochelle's here too. Nice. 3 ladies. That's at least 1 or 2 more than normal. All right. But no, I don't trust myself at all. Not at all. It's been that long. In fact, I'm kind of hoping, and I'm not going to lie about it, I'm kind of hoping that as the quarantine and lockdown and stay at home starts to subside, starts to go away, I'm hoping that as businesses open back up, American Dream will open back up. Big Snow American Dream will open back up. And I'm going to sneak down there so nobody knows, so I can go where no one knows me. Now, in New Jersey, I find we've always said that New Jersey is it's very much it's not the center of the universe, but there is some kind of weird force there that brings people together, and not the good force like that in in Star Wars, but a different kind of force, and not like the bad force. The force isn't good or bad. This isn't a Star Wars discussion. We're not going to start on that. What do we got here? Ryan, wearing knee pads mountain biking 2 summers ago after destroying a knee on a route. Yes, coming in hot around the corner. Bike falls do suck. They absolutely do suck, and that's what I'm worried about because on skis, getting into it and getting back into it and not having done it for a while. Just come up to Maine, you'll be fine. What up, Snowbum Life? We got mad heads in here today. I'm so excited. We're almost back up to where we were on the first night. Our first night so far has had the most viewers at once. It was up to like 16, and I know that's not a lot. I know there's live streams out there that do hundreds of people at a shot, but I'm still kind of new. I'm still a nobody, man. Z-list, baby. You're Z-list celebrity and host. So anyway, what's up, Snowbum? What's up, Rochelle, Scooter, everybody? How we doing? So like, as I was saying, yeah, I want to come up to Maine is great too, because I really don't know anybody up there either, but I kind of want to get in the indoor practice before the outdoors opens. If we can. Who knows? Who knows what's going to open and when and why and how with the scheduling that we have to do around the outbreak still. We're not done with that yet. So, but I was hoping to get inside. Now, what I was saying about New Jersey is, while I was living there, I used to run into people from Vermont all the time for no reason. Like, there was no reason for them to be there. Not that, obviously, there was a reason for them to be there. They wouldn't have been there. But it's the last place I expected to see someone. We would see people just driving down the street. We would see people in a store. We would see people in the mall. And not like Atlantic City either, like or at the shore. It was just in these weird places where we would just run into people. So saying that I can go down to the Meadowlands to go skiing indoors and not run into somebody is actually kind of ridiculous. The day I'm going to go there, I'm sure I'm going to have 20 friends just show up for no reason. But I did want to get inside. I figure, it would be a great way to just, shake the rust off, get out the WD-40 and lube up the joints, all that stuff. And I really don't think I'm going to get to. Or Plastic Hills, because they're not open either. But that is something something that I've been wanting to try. And that's a great segue to get into the next, to get into the actual main topic of the summertime, Stoke. Let's see what Rochelle here said here. Started wearing a ski helmet because I was required to as an instructor. Exactly. Instructors were, mountain employees were some of the first that were required to. So there you go. They are out, and I'm gonna get one too. Now, plastic hills. That's what I was saying. So more summertime Stoke. Before we get into that, let's get the Twitter feed up. That should be this button right here. And if you wish to, not just interact over here on the old, let me see, maybe do that again. There it is. If you don't just wish to interact in the old chat over here, the live chat, you go onto Twitter. And again, I don't know how to do this from Facebook or Instagram yet. I'm not even sure if there's a way. But if you tag Ski Rex Media, or if you use hashtag Virtual Opera, it'll pop up over here on the left of your screen, and we can look at tweets. So if Rob is able to work and he's able to peel himself away from the work for a little bit, that's where you'll see him, and he'll probably start swinging through some of his usual stuff, which is kind of awesome, So on with the show. What we got here? Ryan, friend of concussion, standing at the bottom of a lift. Asshole ran him over. I've seen that. Rob is here. Welcome, number one hype man. He did make it. So there you go. Let's see. Currently working on a video of me getting knocked out last season. That's something we're all going to want to see. Wait, what about tweets? All right. That's true. It's your first time here. So if you or anybody here who uses Twitter uses, tags Ski Rex Media, you all know how to do that, or you use the hashtag Virtual Opera, just like in the title, VIRTUALAPRES, you get something like that. And a wonderful, awesome picture that just popped up. So there you go. Look at that. Goggles, helmet, Ski Rex sticker on the side. Get it. And a beer I don't think I've ever heard of. What is that? Tuckerman Pale. Oh, I have heard of that. I don't drink anymore. I gave it up. Gave it up a long time ago. Excuse me. Ooh, here's to you all. Here's my beers, root beers. It is a brand name. But if you know anybody in the soda business or in the beer business who wants to put out something that is not, has no alcohol in it, I'm more than willing to do a root beer collab. It'll be fun. So here we go. We got a bunch of heads in here. We're talking about stuff. And the segue that I was using for the summertime Stoke was the old plastic hills. That's what I was talking about, was the plastic hills. I want to try this. Now, we brought this up last weekend, and because we were looking for other ways to, other than the indoor ski resorts, and we were talking about those too, the indoor facilities, but we started talking about the plastic hills, and we started throwing up pictures over here in the Twitter stream. We started doing it, and it popped up a couple times during the week showing off the bump runs and everything that you could do with these plastic slopes. I'm like, you know what? That's just fucking cool. That's just wicked cool. And I want to try that. And I know almost everybody else here wants to. And I know we were all talking about heading down to Virginia to hook one of these up when everything opens back up. Who knows? Also, one day when Ski Rex Media Mountain Resort opens, wherever that may be, probably here in Vermont, one of these smaller places that, was a private and they're looking to sell and it becomes mine. What did I see? I saw something on Instagram talking about Maple Valley. Now, Maple Valley was a very small ski hill down in Brattleboro, Vermont. That's south of here. It's actually closer to where I grew up. I actually did live in that town for a little while in 5th and 6th grade. It's a small hill that is in a valley, so the snow didn't really fall on it. It doesn't snow as much in Brattleboro as it does in other parts of the state. And it closed, and it's been through a handful of owners, and it never really reopened. It has no snowmaking. The lifts are shot. The building probably shot. You can see it's right on a main highway. The location is wonderful. It's not far off the interstate, but, to get snow on it, especially nowadays, it's a little tough. And whoever bought it up, I heard it's going to be turned into a brewery. And I was like, if I only could have gotten that property, I would have lived there, and Ski Rex Media Mountain Resort would have been born, except Ski Rex Media Mountain Resort is a private because it's my backyard, and that would be the intent. And everybody in here would get a Ski Rex Media drive by it on the way to Stratton. There you go. You know where it is, John. You know, and that's the way I go to Stratton too. I take Route 30 practically all the way out. It depends on which way I'm coming from. Obviously, if I'm coming from up here going north, I don't go that way. I take a few other side roads from up here. But yeah, if you know where Mudhole Valley is, man, that's it. Maple Valley, I know. But a brewery, man, I mean, if you like breweries, awesome. To me, it's kind of a waste. Plus, I think the microbrewing world is saturated now. I don't know much about that business. I don't. And my business acumen isn't the greatest, but I do know a little bit, and I think it would fail because there are so many breweries around here and so many that are, established, especially coming out of Vermont, man. So can I get a refund on my Ski Rex Media season pass? Ain't no fucking season pass yet. But I like where your head is at. My friend Rob here is referencing, the last episode of the Ski Rex Media podcast, if you haven't been watching it, and an article I did today because Vail and Altera are both getting sued for refunds on Epic and Icon passes, and I don't agree with it. So you can go watch those or read that article real quick if you want, or you can just stay here and keep watching this. And then we'll talk about that too. Because there's really nothing to do with Summertime Stoke with that. Because I think those are bullshit, bogus lawsuits. I really do. You know what? It sucks that people paid it. Yes, I know it sucks that everything closed in March. But no season is guaranteed. Not a single one. I hate to tell you that. I shouldn't have to say it though. No season is guaranteed, whether it's snow, coronavirus, or if fucking meteors fell from the sky and just hit every base lodge in America, hopefully when nobody was in it. I don't want anybody to get hurt, I'm just saying. So yeah, there's really no Summertime Stoke in there. That's summertime pissed off, man, because those lawsuits are garbage, and it's going to end up hurting the industry more than helping. And some of the mountains and some of the big companies are trying. They were trying. Let's see. They were selling passes less than 24 hours before a public announcement they deserve to be sued. No, what you're talking about is something different, Rochelle. If someone literally bought their pass the day before and didn't get to use it, they might have a point. They might have to. If you literally bought it the day before and didn't get to use it, that is legitimately the company not being able to, that's literally the company not being able to deliver on what the product should be. However, the season's passes, the two people who bought passes who are, well, all right, I can't say both, but the one who brought the lawsuit against Vail, he bought his in the summer, last summer. So he not only had his in hand, but had at least 4 months to ski. 4 months. And with the cost of it, you only, with some of these mountains, you only need to use it 5 times. 5 times and you paid for it. So if you didn't get 5 days in 4 months, that's on you, bro. And I hate to tell them that. If someone literally bought it on... When did Altera close? The 14th? What's up, G? How you doing, brother? Let's see. If someone bought it, let's see, they closed on the 14th. So if someone bought it on the 13th of March, they have a point. They could be taken care of. If you bought it in last August, that's on you, brother. And I can't help you. I can't help you. A class action lawsuit to get everybody to get the money back on their passes. And the thing is, they're not even talking about, just people having it. They literally have said, short season. The season could have gone longer. There's still snow up in the mountains. Congratulations. We can all see that. But, they didn't close. They didn't close. And Ryan has a point on the dated products, and, things that, made sense to refund. But people who are saying, no, I didn't get to use my pass until friggin', I didn't get to use my pass for another month, then you got nothing. Wow, this really brought down the vibe in here, didn't it? God damn. Anyway, I was just reading a couple of things over here. Yes, Vail did make good on some stuff. Altira is going to make good on some stuff. The Indie Mountains and other corps are going to make good on some stuff. They're going to do their best. And that's the thing. The lawsuit, if nothing else, skied 55 days on their product. Scooter's right. And a lot of other people are saying that too, because, they got their money's worth. Like, what's the point of, like, do the math on your pass, dude. What is that per day? Like, you definitely beat you definitely beat the, what the hell was I going to say? Holy shit. You beat the day ticket pass. I mean, you beat the day ticket price. So there you go. It's a lot of different ways you can look at it, I suppose, but I don't agree with a lot of them. What I see this as is another shout out to Rob over here. Look at him. He's got, are you drinking coffee, dude? Here, let's get Scooter's mug off of there and put your mug on. Ugh, that was a bad joke of mine. But Ski Rex Media sticker. You know what, guys? I was hoping that I could be here, sporting the Ski Rex Media logo today. Let me tell you something. I think the Postal Service has it out for Ski Rex Media. And not everybody else. Everybody else has gotten their stuff. I'm still waiting. And it's not the company. It's not the person shipping it. And Rob's got to go back to work. Have fun at work, dude. Keep us on in the background. If you could jump back in, that'd be great. If not, I understand, dude. Make your money. Absolutely make your money. I hope they give you shift differential for the overnight, man. That was what always made working overnight sweet, baby. Anyway, I was hoping to be showing off the Ski Rex Media logo tonight, and I'm still waiting on my shirt because it's not here yet. And I got stickers, and because I'm gonna I gotta do up my car, baby. Wait till you see this. My license plates say Ski Rex, which is not the first time. My Nevada license plate said that too. In fact, I'm thinking about putting a Nevada license plate right here by the Alba Adventure comic book, The Ghost of Uller. Shout out to them. They haven't been here for a live. Oh, you're salaried, dude? Oh, that's balls. Make them give you the shift diffs anyway. The Albas haven't been for one of the live streams yet, but they watch the podcast weekly. So there you go on that. And they talk on, all the time on social media. But they're having a rough time there. They're down there in ground zero. So shout out to them. If you talk to them or you see them or you know them, talk to them. We need to bring the vibe back up again. We need to because talking about that Vail and Altira stuff, that just about killed the damn vibe. So we're going to bring in the dance music, baby. Where's my dance music? Let me turn up my phone here so I can hear it. And there's the, that does need Plastic Hill. We need the plastic. I love the Plastic Hill. I like that you got it up on the screen there for us, brother. That's Ryan up there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Can we hear the freaking dance music now? I turned it down too much. No, we're good. All right. Well, maybe I'll turn it up a little bit. I don't have a producer or a tech or anything else. I do my own production. So bear with me through little dumb things like that shit, okay? All right, so we got the Plastic Hill up there. That's what I wanted to talk about before we got into the Vail, before I went off on the Vail and Altira tangent, which I did not mean to do. And a little low. I just turned it up a little bit. I don't want to drown myself out like I did last week, dude. I think I like the dance music for a couple reasons. One, it gets you dancing. Two, you need to get actual music. I would love to get actual music. I would love to not only get actual music, I would love to get actual rock and roll music. But here's why we're using EDM. One, I'm going along with the après party bit. So if you're in the club, you're going to hear, EDM type dance music. Number two, EDM is easier to make, not from a talent perspective necessarily, but from an equipment perspective. You only need one box to make, passable electronic music, right? So, you can, that's easier to make. So you're going to see that a lot more. And 3, most of the copyright free music, the music that's not costing me anything, is all electronic dance. So we're kind of stuck with that for a little while longer. But I would love to get some actual music. I would love to, get some of that rock and roll music. And we're going to turn this into a rock party one of these days. But not yet. Now, Plastic Hill. Here we go. Enough bullshit and enough gabbing from me. Enough rants and explanations and silly stuff like that. I would love to try the Plastic Hill. All summer long, it can't hurt that bad to fall on it. And, I was looking at it during the week, like I said, because we brought this up last week and we were showing pictures. And what's that? Pine Knob, all 250 feet vertical. 250 is better than none. Yeah, see, Alyssa, there's one right near her house. If you get to try that when that stuff opens up, darling, let us know. Bring it back to the table. Tell us how it was. Because I think it looks great. It doesn't look like it's any different. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a little different to skiing or snowboarding. It's going to be different. Or go tubing on. Well, maybe going tubing on. Yeah, let's rave. My heavy metal sister ready to go raving. That's great. You can... I don't think tubing on it would be any different because you're riding on top of it. You don't have to dig in or cut into it. But I think skiing might feel a little different. But talk about a great way to keep the old summertime Stoke alive and not have to find an indoor slope. Because indoor, what do we got in the U.S.? We got big snow. That's it. That's what we got in North America. That's all we got for now until the one in Virginia is done, till the one in Miami's done, and then other cities start. Mark my word. There's going to be one of those in Las Vegas. Mark my word. Absolutely. And you know what? Not only that, it's going to be operated by Powder. And how do I know that? Because if I'm not mistaken, they run Lee Canyon, which is 45 minutes outside the city. And, put the indoor facility right in the middle of the city, right next to the Raiders Stadium. And boom, you're making bank. You're trying water skiing this year. There's something I've never tried. Now, when we talk about indoor ski facilities, keeping that summertime Stoke, when we talk about the plastic hills, that's very much closer to what we do in the winter. I don't think water skiing is. Ryan says it's a bitch to learn. I'm going to agree with him, even though I've never done it, because it looks like a bitch to learn. I think I'd get fucking trashed on there. Wakeboarding is way easier, hurts 10 times worse. Good. Always like a little bit more pain. Pain lets you know you're alive. How dark is that? Was that a dark thing to say? Should I have said that? I don't know if I should have said that. That might have been a little weird and a little dark. But I don't need to be hurt any more than I have been hurt in years. I mean, that's how I got this shirt. This here physical therapy shirt, because I finished up physical therapy after getting really hurt at Camelback skiing. So there you go. I guess I would try water skiing. I don't know though. Like, I really don't know if I would. I'm not big into boats anymore. There was a time where I was kind of digging on boats. I mean, I like to look at them. Shit, last 2018, I was down in Miami. I was down in that part of Florida. I was in Fort Lauderdale and Dania Beach and Hollywood. Is that Hollywood? I think so. In Miami and all that. Any asshole can get up in the first try with wakeboarding after watching a 5-minute YouTube video? Nah, I'm good. Here's what I'm worried about with wakeboarding and water skiing. Not that I wouldn't want to try it, but I find that as I've gotten older, for whatever reason, I get seasick. Now, there's a difference between being on the boat and on the water, similar to a kayak. People can get seasick on kayaks, especially if you do ocean kayaking as opposed to pond kayaking or river kayaking. But it's it's still possible. And I got seasick on the friggin' ferry to Ellis Island and then friggin' onto the statue. Who the hell gets seasick in the Hudson River? Now, yes, you're right. That's not just the Hudson River. Obviously, that's where it goes out into the Sound. You can see Long Island Sound from there, and it goes out. Well, yeah, is that Long Island? I guess it is. If you go one way, you go out into Long Island Sound. If you go, you head south, you're now heading down the shore along the Atlantic Ocean coast down the Jersey Shore. So there you go. But it's still the river. How do you get seasick on the river? Who does that? I does that. So getting out onto a pair of water skis, I'm hesitant. I like to think I could do it, or a wakeboard even. But would the wake chew up one of us who gets seasick? Would that fuck us up? I don't know. Would that fuck me up? Let's see. We were 5 for 5 getting up first try. Well, maybe I'll try wakeboarding. If it's that easy to get up on it, maybe I'll try it. I need to try it with a professional, though. I don't think I trust my friends. Friends are not to be trusted. I'd get up and be like, dude, I'm totally doing it. And they'd hit the gas and it'd just turn into a mess. Actually, I'm just kidding. I don't know if my friends would do that. That's more of a sitcom bit. I don't know if that would really ever happen. Shout out to root beer, baby. But I would try it. I do have friends who have gone wakeboarding, who do water skiing each and every summer. You know, they do these things all the time. So they say, no, they're pretty fun, you know. And I'm not afraid to try it. I'm hesitant to try it. And some people are like, isn't that afraid? I don't like hurling. So, you know, what am I going to do? You know, I don't know if I would go out and do it, but I might do it. It's a summertime sport, and I would totally love to do it. And that was actually part of what came up. It wasn't just the plastic skiing, which we all want to try. I'm sorry, I'm not... Dude, the comment section is flying tonight. This is the first time it's stopped, and I've been trying to pick them out as they go, and man, that's tough. I don't know how these professional live streamers do it. Man, it's hard to keep going, and you know, with the Twitter stuff is easy because not everybody's doing it all at once, and I can see that, and you know, I can see that much slower. Or because it's much slower, I can see that. But the comments were going, man. For a second there, I couldn't keep up. And I'm trying to stay on camera, it's a whole thing. Can you tell I'm still new? Third live stream. So there you go for anybody who's new. So anyway, what were you doing? Yes, summertime Stoke, plastic hills, and water skiing. Something else that was brought up, and we can now start the comment section going again. Because we all want to try the plastics slope, I think. That's something we all want to do. And we all should do. I think most of us want to try the indoor. There's still some indoor skiing haters. But I think they'll turn, you know, because it's worth trying, I think. It's not super expensive or anything, so might as well try it. Are we talking about Earnhardt? When did this turn to NASCAR? Oh my God! If we want to talk NASCAR, I need to go make some phone calls because I don't know enough about it anymore. You know when the last time I really followed NASCAR was? I can't even remember the last time. I mean, I can make a Richard Petty joke, but I followed it a little after his time, you know. He was still in the game when I was little. What's up, G? You don't want to try the plastic? Not even just for a day out? Just for the goof, man? Just for the fun of it, man? I think the plastic could be fun. I think it could be a fun day out, if nothing else. You know, I think it would be great. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying go to it permanently now. Nobody's saying that. But as a great, you know, summer excursion, great way to keep in shape, I think. I mean, we all have our workout routine anyway. You know, I say it all the time. Skipping ropes and doing push-ups. That'll work your cardio and that'll build up your core and your upper body a little bit. And then, do, you know, legs and, you know, glutes if you want to. I would definitely try it. You know, so if it opens and I can go with everybody, I'll go. Indoors, you know, Alyssa says she doesn't know how she feels about indoors. Again, I think it'd be great for the goof for the day out, if nothing else. And if it's no fun, it's no fun. But it's definitely worth trying, I think. I mean, people seem to love them. And I'm not saying, you know, But others think plastic is fun. Also, just add batteries. Are you going with that joke where I think you're going? Because that's kind of awesome. And that's for a whole other channel I haven't started yet. But there's times when I'm bored here during the old lockdowns and quarantines with nowhere to go, and I sit here thinking, what else can I rant about live? But don't want to do with Ski Rex Media because no one's going to care. But I think some of y'all would care. Anyway, I don't know. I think it would be fun to try. Like I said, try the plastic would be fun. Try indoor would be fun. And then come around to winter time and we can all go back outside, and that'll be great. Waiting for the wheel stuff though is absolutely acceptable, dude. I agree with that too, because I did it for so many years. I would bum around for the summer, because around here, like I said, like I've told this, I've said it before, I worked for Mount Snow when I was in high school and just out of high school. So for me, if I wasn't in school, I was on the hill. And especially if I wasn't working, I was on the hill. And especially right after I got out of high school, right after my graduation, I worked at that at the mountain the following winter. And any day I wasn't working, I was on that hill, man. And even better. So check this shit out. Here's where, if you like skiing, a ski job is awesome. Now, if you're familiar with the American Ski Company mountains, I can't even name them all anymore. There was Mount Snow. There was Killington. There was, Sunday River was there up in Maine. Steamboat in Colorado for a little while. What was the Canyons as well, and one of the ones in California as well. And there was a few over here in the East as well. A whole bunch here in the East. So when they were still around, the American Ski Company, they built all these summit hotels, and that's what they're basically timeshares. And they're these big monstrosities that sit on the side of the mountain. And I worked in the one at Mount Snow after it was done being built. I worked in the Harriman's restaurant that was there. It was called Harriman's. My shift, when I first started at 4. Like, dude, I could ski all day and just go drop my shit in the car and then go to work. How great is that? So that's what I did. And then when the winter picked up, like in the middle of winter, we had to be in it too. There's more going on. So, but still, I could ski till 1:30, drop my shit off at the car, go up to the mountain, get into the kitchen, go up to the hotel, go in the kitchen, do what I had to do, leave, sleep, back at the mountain the next day. What a great gig. So, and I know this is the long way to get to the point. I during the summer, I would just take it off. That's what I was doing. The ASC spending spree in the mid-late 90s. Yeah, it fucking was, and that's what killed it. It wasn't necessarily the spending spree itself, though. There was dead winters back to back. Winter just disappeared, and it was balls. But I still was able to ski my ass off because I had a pass that I didn't have to pay for. And I had a friggin' job that said, you know what, you come in as the lifts are closing. I skied all the time. Mount Snow and Haystack, I was all over. I've done pretty much every trail on both, except Ripcord at Mount Snow. I've never done that. I honestly don't think my knees could handle a bumped run that steep even then. I blew my right knee out a long time ago. So, I'm not 100% sure I could have handled it back then. So I never bothered. Why take a chance? I'm not a risk taker. That was always my thing in my group of friends. I'm the one who tries to, not take risks, keep everyone grounded, keep everybody safe, sort of, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't fucking know. I don't remember much from that time anyway. Let's be honest. It got a little crazy out of the 90s into the 2000s for me. That was my party time. Anyway. So, I skied so much in the winter, I didn't mind taking the summers off, summer and fall. And I got into other things. I got into mountain biking for a while. Never really got all that good at it. But that's how some people keep that Stoke alive, because they can stay up in the mountains. And man, I was never really good at it. I guess I could ride trails, but I never got to expert level. And I never kept up with it to the point where, like, these kids today, holy shit, I can't even imagine how they're able to ride some of the stuff they ride. Like it's impressive, and that's how they keep it alive, man. Keep that Stoke alive any way you can. But I never got good at it. I was never the greatest road cycler either. I could go for a distance, but what is that if you're not a professional? Uh-oh, who's this? Well, son of a gun, Lance is listening. That's pretty good. How you doing, my friend? Looking good with the family there? Is it dinner time there? It might be. What you eating there, brother? Looks good, man. I wouldn't mind eating again. I ate dinner, but I can always eat. Folded into Altera. Sued him. No! Not all of them went to Altera. Did all of them go to Altera? No. Well, obviously not because, dude, you had me confused there for a second. Holy shit. Friggin', I got confused. But no, Mount Snow is actually Vail Resort now. Epic! I love the name of the Epic Pass, but I don't know if I'd buy one. I was actually thinking of going Indy Pass this year because that's just cool. Plus, I have Indy Mountains within 10 minutes. Well, no, 15, 20 minutes from here. So there you go. But to get to my point, have you noticed that I can never get to a point? This is something my friends have talked about, not behind my back, to my face, about how I like to talk, how I talk too much, and I can't get to a point. When I say the short version of the story, it's usually a good 20, 30 minutes anyway. That's the short version. Believe me, it's terrible. I can't break the habit. So anyway, I used to ski so much in the winter, I didn't mind taking the summer off. And then I went to try biking, which a lot of us do. Lance, who just put the fine picture of he and his family up, was talking about slacklining. And I've never done this. I've always been confident in my balance, but never taken the time to do it. Thought about trying it, seen it done, but never did it. I don't know why. Definitely not afraid to do it because I'm not afraid to fall. Falling doesn't really bother me. It does bother some people, I know that. It doesn't bother me unless I think I'm going to fall off of something high. One time we were sort of rock climbing. I say sort of because we kind of were, I guess, in Las Vegas on the outskirts of the city. And I freaked myself out trying to get down, this one. Well, we went up, so you have to go down, and I couldn't get down very well. And people do like to rock climb and such as their summertime Stoke activity. And while I was out there in Las Vegas, I told I tried to cocaine. Who's doing cocaine? I would never. No cocaine for me, brother. I don't know the reference or the joke you're making here, pal. I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent and lost track of the chat again. So, but I can't put anything in this body, baby. Not because it's a temple, because the body doesn't want it. The lightest of the lightweights. Let me tell you something. If this root beer was a regular Coors Light, and I drank 3 of them back to back, I'd be shit-faced. Absolutely. The lightest of the lightweights. I don't put anything into my system because my system hates it. Absolutely hates it. So let's see. I was starting to talk about slacklining because Lance's picture is here staring me in the face and staring you all in the face. And he brought it up. Excuse me. 1 beer under. You're not wrong, bro. And, I've never done it, although I do see the practicality of it, because balance is something we all need. Every last person in here is a skier, snowboarder, or both of varying degrees of technique, meaning some of us might be just groomer riders, some of us are steep riders, some of us are park riders. There's a couple big mountain guys in here, man. I can't long-term short story, 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, that's me, dude. That's me in a heartbeat, but I don't do cocaine to do it. So we all need the balance. No matter where you do your skiing and snowboarding, in your, for your life right now. I was more than willing to ski trees, steeps, powders, groomers, whatever you wanted. I could do it. And, now I'm just fine doing groomers all day with my friends, going out, getting a burger, and then going home. I'm good with that. I don't know. My grand return to the stage is coming, so who the hell knows what I'm going to be up to? I have no idea. I might start getting squirrely and put a snowboard on again and try and park ride with that. Probably not a good idea because I've never been a good park rider at all. I've never been good at tricks. I actually did find the video. I need to cut it so I can bring it. I'll probably do it if we do another live stream next week. I will absolutely try and get this cut in. I'm sorry, my attention got caught. You got to head to work, guys. Have it on in the car. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do, which isn't much, by the way. Keep Stoke. Rob, enjoy your night at work. Please do not work too hard. Do your best. Have a good night. And, you know, if you're listening in the car, that's great, but don't interact with the show. I don't want you getting hurt or getting that ticket for texting and driving. Believe me, in New Jersey, it was $1.25 for me, and I don't need you paying that because you need to buy shirts. Now, so let's get back to slacklining because I'm going around in 3 or 4 different circles, and I think that's kind of why I see the viewer numbers go up and down. It was at 13. It's back to 12. So there you go. Slacklining, we all need the balance no matter how we ride, so I'm down for that. In fact, I'm not even going to lie. When Lance brought that up, I kind of thought about trying to build one. And obviously not build. Just string a couple ropes up in the backyard. And I looked around to see what I have. I'd like to think that I could walk across 550 cord. I'd love to think that, but I'm definitely not Nick Wallenda at all. So that's probably not going to work. And Lord knows I'd probably fall on it and end up catching my face on it and pulling an eye out or something ridiculous like that. So we're not going to try that. We're going to wait until we can get the proper equipment to try that and then put it on film for you all to enjoy when I biff and fuck myself up a little bit. It shouldn't be too bad, though. It shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, I don't mind falling. However, like I said, the practical end of it is keeping the balance. And if you're working on balance like that, maybe you're working the core. I don't know. I have to work my core a little bit. So that, would be awesome for that. Lance also brought up skateboarding, though. And that's something I've been wanting to try, too. And again, it feels like that would be part of the balance. Learning to keep that balance again. Because I haven't stepped on a skateboard in years and years and years. Since I was a kid. And man, back then I was just bombing hills. Again, tricks and it just never worked. I've never been able to successfully do tricks on anything. Skis, bikes, skates, skateboard. I can juggle, but I can only do 3. See what I'm saying here? For some reason, you know, let's think about this for a second here. My balance is actually pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. My reflexes have slowed down and are still great. Still great. One of the fastest people I know is me. Not to brag. Like, that's just the way it is. And I've slowed down. I think I'm still pretty good. And yet, I cannot get the tricks down. I can't do it. Even now I watch on YouTube. I watched one day videos how to ollie on a skateboard. The easiest, most basic, the basis of every other trick there is in skateboarding. And I've watched, and I was like, how the fuck do they do that? I can't do it. Never been able to do it. Never been able to do that. I'm switching to water, even though I'm only drinking soda. If you're drinking tonight, switch to water at some point. You'll feel better in the morning, or so they say. Never been a trickster, but the thing I do like about skateboarding, again, the practicality of it, you learn balance because you have to balance that. And, you know, you can, that might be a way, what's this, Ryan? The wonderful way to eat pavement? Absolutely. I've seen it happen more than once. We all have. But it's also, I think, a wonderful way to pound pavement and get all, riding around town. It might be cool around here, tearing up, through the small towns of the Vermont up here. But I have no need to go down to the skate park that's right across the river. I got no need for that because all I can do really is watch. And some people would say practice makes perfect. Bullshit. It's not like I haven't tried. Actually, obviously, if I would have put in more time, there is a good bet that I would have, been able to do a few little tricks here and there. But I've always been more, of a downhiller anyway. I ski downhill. I ride my bike downhill, but I can ride my bike uphill too. I used to skateboard downhill, And I would, and on flat ground, obviously, all this stuff. And, on inline skates, I did downhill, and I have suffered pretty good injuries because of that on inline skates. Inline skates, I fucked myself up. Broken bone, cuts, bruises, bumps, terrible. Hate inline skates. Don't hate it, it's just not for me. So there you go. Those are some more summertime Stoke ideas. The slacklining, the skateboarding, and again, also practicality. It's part of the workout, man. Keep yourself ready for next season. Some people are just into, the workout scene all. What is this? My kind of love. Snowboarding was my life when I was younger. Hey, man, rock and roll, dude. If you're in here, Larry Mayhew, who's on the Twitter feed. I don't know if he's in here, though, watching this, but I hope so. Or maybe not, because we are losing viewers. All right, time to get back to the point, because we're losing viewers, and we need to keep everybody excited and happy here. Summertime Stoke, skateboarding, slacklining, the practicality, working out. Keep that balance. Keep your strength up. Keep that cardio. Cardio is what's going to kick the hell out of a lot of us in skiing and snowboarding. I say work that shit all summer. And that was something I would do, man. We were always just out in the, on our bikes and and everything like that in the summer. We were also into hiking, man. We were out on those trails all the time. And again, it's another great way to stay up in the mountains and because, you could be on the ski mountain. That's the one thing about the summertime Stoke, man. The best way to keep it alive is to find any excuse to stay on your home mountain or other home mountain, other mountains around there. Climbing Mount Washington. I just happened to look over when you said that one, bro. I would climb Mount Washington. I have no problem with that. It's only 6,200. I can handle that for the most part, I think. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been higher than 3,000 feet, And I don't lie about that either. Altitude kicks my ass too. But hiking was the way to go. And you could do that at your home mountain. You don't have to. One of the wonderful things about, being here in Vermont, and I'm sure, the others who are in the chat can agree with this, if this is one of the things you do. I don't know. See, because summertime Stoke in the 21st century, and I've said this before, aside from when the whole planet is closed down from a viral outbreak, is that the season doesn't have to end. The season just doesn't have to end anymore. And we like we were talking about earlier, plastic skiing, indoor, going up into the high mountains. Lance, who posted the photo with him, he and his family at dinner, they have Mount Hood not far. That's open, late, in Montana, Beartooth Basin only opens in the summer. Push north into Canada. Whistler's got glaciers. You can go up there if you'd like. And again, these are based on one's resources. I know this stuff isn't cheap. The season may have to end based on the fact that someone can't, afford plane tickets, and that's cool. Especially if you're looking to go down to South America, for instance, or into Australia or New Zealand or South Africa. If you wanted to go down there and check that out during our summer, it's open during our summer because it is their winter. But there's places open year round for natural skiing, and then there's the indoors and the plastics. Season doesn't have to end. It doesn't have to end. And I think if nothing else, we keep talking about how to keep that Stoke alive. That's one of the best ways to do it, because that even if you can't take advantage of it and you are out on your bike or out on your skates or out on your skateboard or climbing or working on the slack line or even, or throwing around a hula hoop or out there playing disc golf or ultimate frisbee. I'm much better at ultimate frisbee than I am at disc golf, but I haven't played disc golf in a while. Actually, I think Lance brought that up too. I think that's why I thought about that one. And most ski mountains, it seems to me, now have disc golf courses. I would like to get back into that, though. I love frisbee. I keep an ultimate size of 175 gram in my car, in the trunk of my car all the time. And, it's ready to go, and I'll throw in frisbee with you all day. And playing disc golf would be great. I don't have a whole set to do it, with the driver disc and the putter disc and so on. Excuse me. And I would like to get back into those, but whatever you do during the summer, you can keep in mind that somewhere there's always going to be something open. So if you have the opportunity, you can either get in your car, get on a bus, get on a train, and get on a plane, whatever it may be, and look out for the Ski Rex Media car pack travel guides. How to pack your car, how to pack your truck. If it's just you by yourself in the little hatchback like I do, or if you're in a minivan or a 15-passenger van with all your friends, or if you're on a motorcycle, that's the one I'm doing next. Oh yes, I said it. I absolutely said it. But whatever it is, you can still get to somewhere and go. And I think, as long as you keep that in mind, that at least allows you to have the daydream. And when you have the daydream, that dream's... I mean, you don't even have to call it, just the dream is alive. The want is there. The need is there for some people. And, that the winter's right around the corner, baby. It's not gone yet. It is true that, winters may be changing, due to, environmental issues. But it's not gone yet. And it's never going to be gone entirely. So just remember, look ahead. Summertime Stoke can be completely a mental game, complete mental game, and you could just be ready and waiting and sniffing at that air as fall. You get into fall and you get into Halloween and you go outside and you sniff that air and it's nice with the leaves and everything in that fall air, but then you start to notice that sweetness as the air starts to chill even more, and it's not from the spooky of the Halloween. No. It's from the air changing because it's getting cold. And when it gets cold, that snow could show up at any minute. Like last year, 2019, 2020 season started wicked early. And it kind of petered out. And then the COVID, and then, proper fucked. Everything's closed. But it doesn't always go that way. And we'll have to see what next season brings. But next season will be here, and that is what is important. And that, my friends, is how you keep the summertime Stoke alive. And now it sounds like I'm about to segue back into the other topic. I don't think I'm going back into the other topic, my friends. I don't think there's any need to go back into the manscaping unless a few of the people... Oh, man, did we get into that while Rob was in here? Because that was his joke. I don't even know. Fuck. Oh, well, we're not getting back into that. So keep the summertime Stoke alive in your own way. Like we've been talking about a ton of different mountain and outdoor sports to do. Especially if you add other ones in it. If you're into the, going up into the big mountains and you're taking a tent out there, that's awesome too, man. Go find Bigfoot if you can. That might work too. That might be great too, man. That might be awesome if you could find a Bigfoot. So, there you go. And let's see, we have been going for an hour and 12. And the live chat has slowed down. Let me know. Are we going to keep going for a little while? Because I am worn out and I am hot sitting under this light. I have a small studio light set up just so you can see me. And it is 10 o'clock, so we have been going for about an hour. And that's what I've been trying to keep these to. Anything else you guys want to talk about tonight? No? Yes? I'll tell you. Speaking about using dreaming and daydreaming to keep the summertime Stoke alive. And I think part of me might roll this thought into this week's podcast for those who listen and watch that, or who are watching that, as I like to say. My daydream, when you walk downstairs, do it like a mogul run. Now that, my friend, is friggin' genius. That's a great way, building muscle memory, building up those leg muscles. And let me tell you, those stairs, you can work yourself on those stairs. I've used stair climbing machines in the gym. And I know that seems kind of funny, because why go to the gym to use stairs when you have stairs in your house? Save the note. All right, I'll come back to that. But the stairs, I did it. Who was it? Snowcat, man. When he was he one day, he hasn't been in the last couple of these two. I'm not sure where he's been and what he's been doing. He was talking about doing, I think he said Mount Washington. He wanted to do the same vertical going up and down the stairs. So I said, oh, cool. That's not a bad idea. He did say Mount Washington. I was like, I'm going to try it, but I'm going to try it with Mount Snow. And I made it about an eighth of the way. I did the math. I think I made it about an eighth of the way. And I got my ass kicked just doing the eighth of the way on the stairs. About an hour into it, I just couldn't go any further. So I can only assume that doing the stairs like doing a mogul run will be equally as beneficial. And if something kicks your ass, man, that means, I mean, unless really great hosting. You think so? Damn, I think I kind of suck sometimes. But if homegirl's saying, well, I'm doing good, unless she's being sarcastic. Are you being sarcastic? I would cry. I can only assume that doing mogul run type, doing the stairs like a mogul run would be wonderful. And if it kicks your ass, unless it hurts you, unless it really, really hurts you, stairs equals much steeper than Mount Snow. Much steeper, yes. Well, the North Face has some steep runs. That's where Ripcord is, and we used to ride the North Face over there, man. North Face has some steep runs. I mean, not the steepest runs in the world, but Bigfoot, winner of the Social Distancing Lifetime Award. He's out there, bro. Lance, when we all come out to visit you, we're going to take a day and go look for Bigfoot, because that's where he is, in the PNW. I'm telling you, he's out there. So before I start the stairs in my house, more vertical drop than Mount Brighton. You ain't wrong, Ryan. That's very true. I think the stairs in my house have more vertical. They don't. We're joking. So, save Northern Vermont University. You know, Alyssa, I didn't get into that as much as I intend to. Actually, I got distracted and walked away from it, and I have to go back to there. I did read a small piece of it. I'm not 100% sure what's going on up there. I'm not sure what's going on with a lot of the universities in Vermont. I know that some have, they're having financial trouble. Nobody wants to, they're not being supported. They have no students. It's a whole bunch of things. And because, like I said, I got distracted and walked away from what you showed me. I wasn't able, I don't know which issue that is. There you go. Look at our boy up here in the Twitter feed. I should go this way. There, he's right there. All right, now I'm pointing at him. Look at him up there. Summertime, t-shirts, sliding, having a good old, look at the blue skies, man. Look at the mountain behind him too. That's freaking beautiful, bro. That looks good, man. I like having the Twitter feed in here so we can share pictures, man. That's awesome. That looks nice, dude. So there you go. Ski all summer. So he don't even need the stairs. Saving the Northern Vermont universities, though, again, they were talking about something up by Linden, and I've been up there, and something else, and I honestly, I lost track of it. So I'll have to, thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. I'll have to look into that again, Alyssa, and then we'll talk more about that, and we'll see what we can do to help them out a little bit if they need help. And again, I can't help much because I'm still small, but we'll see what we can do. All right, kids, I'm getting tired. And I love talking to you, and I love doing this for you. Maybe I should move it up an hour earlier to 8 o'clock. What do you think about that real quick, guys? Moving it up to 8 o'clock, because by the time we get to 10 o'clock and I've been sitting here talking under this light for an hour, I am whooped. And it's not that I'm running out of things to say. It's just hard for me to, my hat is just not sitting right. It's just hard for me to keep going. And it's kind of funny. Back when I was a big Opie and Anthony listener, when they were on XM, they would talk about how they still have their commercials because they still need to do a break. They're doing 4 hours of radio, and people would say, they would say, why do you need a break? You're just sitting there talking for 4 hours. And I never said anything about it because I used to love the Opie and Anthony program. That's one of the big reasons I would have liked to do something like this myself, and I'm starting to do something like this many years later. Ryan, I'm not doing shit these days. Good boy. I like where your head is at. I ain't doing shit either, except for this for you guys. So yeah, it's rough going for an hour straight. I'm starting to think about working a commercial into, goofy commercials, pitch it, plug in my own merch and shit, but just so I can get up, walk around for a minute, and then come back. But yeah, I think we're gonna get out of here for the night. Let's do a quick little recap and close. Summertime Stoke. Keep it going any way that you possibly can, and we've talked about 100 ways to do it now over the last couple weeks, and you could pick any of them, even if it's just sunbathing. If you're out on the beach down on the Jersey Shore and you're taking in that sun like this, man, you're out there and you're just working on your tan, sunblock, or at least suntan lotion, kids. Doesn't involve Bernie Sanders' wife. I honestly don't know, dude. All I know about Bernie is that he's out. He bailed out, which is fine. The gambling man that I am, I wouldn't have put money on him to win, even if he did get the nomination. But then that's for another show altogether as well. We're not going to do a lot of politics in here unless we're just making jokes. So Summertime Stoke, keep it alive any way that you can. Like I said, if you're just on the beach sunbathing, have those daydreams be set on the next winter. The Jersey Shore doesn't work for this. Actually, a lot of coastal beaches won't work for this. But if you can go to a place that would allow it, because I don't know of a lot of places, I don't know specifically if a place allowed it. Great Sand Dunes National Park, is that what that place is called out in Colorado? Imperial Dunes out on California-Arizona border. I've been there. The dunes out in Death Valley. See where I'm getting with this? Big, soft sand dunes that you could, if they allowed it, and I don't advocate poaching now, don't go poaching runs, but you can dune ski and you can dune board, and we probably should have talked about that too. Now, we've talked about during our plastic skiing talks about falling and what that would feel like, and let me tell you, I don't think it would be half as bad as falling on sand at speed. Plastic's going to hurt. I think sand's going to hurt worse because that's also going to get in your eyes and in your mouth, and that sucks. Or plastic is just going to hurt, but at least you don't have to inhale it. Dune skiing, dune snowboarding, definitely a possibility. Really, the season doesn't have to end, and it's a shame that we have a COVID issue, COVID-19, or this coronavirus, a coronavirus. It is a coronavirus. Because that season doesn't have to end, and you can always find a way. And if you can't find a way, man, do something else that you enjoy, and that way you can get out there and you can keep your body in shape, keep your mind clear. It's one of the things I love about skiing is it keeps my mind nice and clear. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm whooped, kids. So 8 o'clock, we had a few people who say 8 o'clock is good. So maybe we'll try 8 o'clock next week. That way I'm a little bit more pepped up, a little bit more wide awake. You'll co-host. I'm still, you know what? If anybody knows of a way to get... Here's my issue. Here is my issue. My issue is if I do it with like Skype or Zoom or something like that, my computer's going to choke. It can run the stream. It can run the app in the background to get the Twitter feed. But the thing is, Instagram, if we co-host, if we're just doing audio, now here's the thing. If Instagram I can do, but I can't get it on the computer, I don't think. So whoever's talking will not have a video image. The problem with doing it on Instagram is I'm not 100% sure I can, to be honest. Or is that YouTube that has the follower restriction? Now I don't remember. I can do it on Instagram, and we can try that. Maybe. I'll look into it. I'll look into that. Because the reason I'm hesitant to use Instagram is because I want to be able to have a platform like this. Like the streaming software I'm using, I can use that to actually record the podcast if I wanted to, the recorded one from Wednesdays, and I can, then have guests on that too. But when I tried that, it biffed, and we have the we have the lost episode, which we'll have to get back into that one too. I think a few will dig on that one. I'll probably never show it because it hurts the ears. That was our big issue that night, was the audio issue. And then the one time we did get guests to work, as I've said before, it kept dropping in and out. You know, my computer just couldn't handle it, and that was the issue. My phone can handle it, like I said, could probably handle the Instagram, and we can drop in and out. I was also looking into Discord as an issue. I don't know if any of you guys use that or as a solution. There's a couple other things we can just do. If nobody minds just being on the phone, I can jack a cord into my phone and jack the phone into this, and boom, we can have guests the easy way, and the old-fashioned way, kind of. It'd be like a real radio call-in show. So maybe we'll do that next week. I don't know. I'll get in touch with you, G. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out something, man. Maybe we can do something next week, or we can at least get you on a podcast and do a test run that way. Who the hell knows? We'll figure it out. But like I said, my eyes are burning and sweaty and gross, and I think I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the program tonight and had a little fun with me, and I hope I eased some of your isolation, boredom, and whatever it may be. But another way around that is, remember, stay positive. We're almost done with it. Places are already starting to open back up, and people are going outside, and there's a lot of people who hate it. And listen, Zoom, people love it, but they say there's something with the privacy. I don't know if that's true. Have I tried Twitch? I haven't tried to stream on Twitch yet. I'm hesitant. We could try Twitch. I'm going to have to do more research. That's the thing, man. I'm going to have to ask some questions, too. Maybe I'll have to reach out to some other people and say, hey, what have you done and what can you do? And here's my hardware and here's what I can actually do. So, CG, you'll be cool with it on the phone. So maybe we can do that. We'll work on that. So we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll keep doing the research and I'll see if I can get it done. Maybe I'll skip a day or so of written posts and really just put a day into research in that. If y'all won't mind, I don't know how many people, I know how many people read the written post each day, but I don't know how many of people in here read the written post each day. So anyway, I'll work on the tech issues and see if we can't get guests on this and the recorded podcast and the live podcast. Thank you for being here once again. Remember, everybody in here already follows Ski Rex Media, so if you want to on these platforms, tell your friends, tell your family. I could use the followers because the followers mean eyes, and the eyes might mean they might come to this side and help support the old show through Patreon and or merch sales. Check those out. There is still a merch sale going on, 15% off of everything, and all those links are down in the description if you'd like to see that and help out with support for the show. That would be awesome, and I thank you and I appreciate you for being here. I do love doing these, and it's a really good time, and I have a good time, and thank you for watching. As I always say, have a good night, have a good Sunday tomorrow, whether you are in church or if you play board games or if you play Fortnite or if you are going outside to ski because you're able to, if you're just going outside to sunbathe in the backyard, whatever it may be, just make sure your neighbors aren't watching. If you're avoiding those tan lines, you know what I mean. All right, kids, I will see you on the next one. Wednesday will be podcast. Well, let's do it this way. Tomorrow is Top Post Day, as Sunday always is. Wednesday will be the new podcast, and then next Saturday at probably 8 o'clock, and I will keep you updated for that, and we will check it out, kids. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one, guys. I love you. Thanks. Laters.